Gabe, 4 games in a row now. Obviously, you're taking it one game at a time, but do you guys allow yourself a moment to realize that you kind of have something special going?
I mean, when you win, I mean, you gotta know that you won 4 in a row because we're playing the game. So we know that we won 4 in a row, but we can't act like we care or are focused on the games that we won because we're only halfway through the season. And it's cliche, but that's the only way to keep winning is to not forget about the good things that you've done and just wait till after the season to talk about it and
UCLA, warming up on the field again, whatever, that whole thing. Do you guys feel like you're getting the respect you deserve as a team for what you've done?
I mean, I'm not coming back next year to be able to play them again, but I don't know what their deal is. They kind of come off as bad guys when they do things like that. I don't know if they do that to everybody, but it's just kind of like, it's kind of douchey, Is that okay to say?
We can put it on TV.
I mean, don't cut that, let's be honest. It makes you look like, you're trying to be tough because everyone thinks that, because you live in Westwood and you wear baby blue that you're not tough, and it makes you look less tough because you're trying too hard. It's just weird, You don't have to do that.
Is it weird for you guys maybe not being the underdog as much with the streak that you're on? Do you guys embrace that role, and is it weird to be the favorite?
No. I mean, it doesn't really. ESPN or whoever says that we're the favorite of Las Vegas or whatever says that we're the favorite of the underdog, and we don't really. No one in our building's betting or anything on games, so it's we don't really know unless the coaches are like, hey, you're an underdog this week, you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. So we don't look into that. We're just trying to win. We realize that every game on our schedule we can either win, like we have a good chance to win every game on our schedule, or we have a good chance to lose if we don't prepare right. So we just try to go in there and practice hard and then come out and play hard.
Last year it was you and Dom with a lot of the production, and this season, talk about River and Tavares, especially Tavares. It seems like he's just been a guy that can go out and spark plug your offense each week.
Yeah, I mean, the distribution of the ball this year has been more. It's been more of a socialist state, Everyone's getting the ball out there, and I think it's making our offense harder to stop. And River playing good, and Tavares starting to find his identity on the field, I think, are only going to help us down the line, win more games, because you have to account for. The more people you have to account for, the harder it is to come up with a defensive game plan. And then with our running backs, I think our running backs got 26 carries or something last week. So it's just they keep running the ball the way that they do, then, it's going to be a good deal.
Like you said last week, balance, you love it.
Yeah, it's a good deal. It's how you win games.
Gabe, we're getting a lot of comments from players this year on your team when we ask about specific opponents, individuals on the opposing team. We're getting a lot of comments like we don't really pay attention to the individuals on the other team. We just do what we do, constantly focus on ourselves. We're getting it more than usual. Is that a real characteristic of this team, or is that a party line, or?
Are you asking me if my guys are lying to you? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm asking.
Because you know that I'll deliver you the truth.
That's right.
No. No. That's true. I mean, for the offense, at least, I don't really don't know too much about how the defense game plans or anything, but the offense, like, you know, we know the guys who are going to be out there, you know what I mean? We know their numbers and everything, and we know the coverages that they like to play for the most part, but, you know, we still go out there and run our stuff, so it's not like we don't change plays week to week based on that, you know what I mean? We just run our stuff, and usually tends to work itself out. There's always something in there for, you know, whatever defense that you like to play, so we don't really have to really worry about too much going in depth with specific guys, you know what I mean?
That applies for you too. You're not a big studier of quarterback tendencies or.
I won't reveal my secrets of how I prepare. That's one thing I won't reveal to you. You know.
Do you like going up against a team that blitzes as much as they do? I think they blitz more than anyone else in the country.
Do I like it?
Yeah, I mean, does it present more one-on-one stuff for you on the outside?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it does. The blitzing doesn't really. I'm not really the one to be asking about the blitzes. You should ask. You gotta ask like Luke. If he likes the blitzing, I'm sure he'd say no. You know what I mean? But I'm guessing that, you know, if they're gonna blitz everybody and then we can beat man consistently, then yeah, there should be a lot of room out there, you know.
Did you kind of have a feeling going into this season that James Williams was going to surprise a lot of people and show the country and the greater Northwest what he can do?
I mean, we knew he was good. I mean, we practiced with him every day in the spring and in workouts, and then in the spring game he kind of flashed a little bit. I don't know, at the beginning of the season he wasn't getting the touches that, you know, that everybody had probably figured that he would get, and then once he got in there he was pretty dominant. So yeah, it's good to have him in there. It's, you know, they're really good, so it's nice. It's nice having those guys out there running like that.
Any questions in the room?
Considering the weapons you guys have on offense, the fact that it's your senior year, how disappointing is it for you that there isn't a college football video game anymore?
Oh, dude. You come in here with the question of the day. That's huge, dude. Just you guys been sitting in here. Jacob comes in here and sits down in 3 minutes. Ask the question of the day.
Give it my best shot.
Shit. What is it? Yeah, there needs to be a college football video game on the market. I got to be on one college football video game, and the year that they took it off, I was hoping to see a jump in my ratings, you know, by a lot. And then last year, you know, I was, you know, I don't know what my rating would have been, but, you know, had to have been a little higher, you know. So it's just frustrating, you know, because it's a good game, and everyone loved that game. Everyone loved that game.
So did you just
And now we only have Madden. Yeah, no, when my guy was like, when I was a freshman and I put my guy in, yeah, I cheated, you know. I cheated. I made him faster, you know what I mean? Acceleration, agility, catching in traffic, all that. Spectacular catch, you know, kick return. You know, I don't kick return, but it's cool on a video game. You could be whoever you want to be, you know. You could have a guy. Jacob Thorpe could be playing for Washington State. Everyone gets to live their dream.
You or Vince have a better rating.
Who?
You or Vince?
In that game?
Yeah.
Vince, I think, yeah.
I was
He was
just saying
coming
you
out of-
edit yourself.
Oh, when I edited myself, I was the best player in the country. I mean, that's just, I mean, no one edits himself to be like the fourth best receiver on the team. Like, That's weird. Oh, I'm only gonna make myself the second best receiver, so it'd be kind of realistic. I want 4 Biletnikoffs in a row. No.
Any questions on the line for Gabe Marks?
Hey Gabe, it's Steph.
Hey.
Do you like all the night games that you guys have played? Like, has the fact that you've played so many this year allowed you to get into a really set pregame routine?
I don't know what my obligation is to the university to answer this question the right way or not, but I think college football should be played in the daytime. That's just my opinion. There's something cool about playing a college football game at like 1 in the afternoon on a Saturday, and then winning a game and then going and having fun with your friends after and celebrating, instead of getting out of the game at 12 at night and then you gotta wake up the next morning and do it again. It's just kind of like takes the fun out of the game a little bit. I mean, out of college football,
Mm-hmm. So you would prefer you play in the afternoons, but I guess when you guys do play in the evenings, like you have so many times this year, kind of walk us through what the day of the game is like for you.
Well, I mean, you wake up and you have like breakfast, and then you got a special teams meeting, and then you go back to your room and you sit around for like 4 hours until it's time to eat your pregame meal, and then you have another meeting and you watch something and you go to the stadium, and it's a lot of wasted time. I wonder if we calculated it up, if how much time is wasted in hotels for these night games. It's like over a season, it's probably ridiculous. You could be doing so many other cool things with your Saturday if you just played at 12, Like how
Right. So what do you do when you're sitting around for 4 hours? Are you too antsy to, like, I don't know, do homework or something, or do you review plays?
Do I review plays? No, I don't. I don't review plays. I don't do any homework because I don't have that many classes anymore. But I wouldn't do homework on game day. That's just weird. I watch football. I watch the games. I don't know. Sleep. There's nothing to do really. You can't leave the hotel. You gotta be like I said, it's just a lot of wasted time.
Okay. And then another question for you. You've been to Arizona State twice now in your career. You guys have played down there. They don't lose at home a lot. What is that environment like? What do you remember of the last 2 games that you guys have played at Arizona State?
The last 2 games I remember we played at Arizona State, I remember that we weren't very good, and they were really good. So, it makes it hard to beat Arizona State at Arizona State when your team isn't playing, when we're not very good, and they already don't lose at home, and then they're really good, So.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, sorry, there's some interference, but okay. Thanks, Dave.
Well, I mean, yeah. All right. Well, it was fun.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions on the line?
She asked the question, didn't get an answer.
Okay, and back in the room?
You're talking about how you weren't as good or very good or whatever when you played Arizona State those times. What's different about this team? Why are you guys so much better? Personnel or just playing together better?
Yeah, I think we're just playing together better. I'm going to use that answer. I'm going to use that answer because I was on those teams too, I was friends with a lot of those guys. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to. We just play together better. Got better chemistry, I guess. Everyone's buying in and is bought into the program.
One quick question for you. You came in as a freshman. Did you have someone that you could look up to in the receiver corps that you learned from and they kind of took you under the wing? To translate it, is Isaiah Johnson-Mack. He came in as kind of a big recruit, and he started off slow, but you're now seeing him kind of get his feet wet and adjusting to his role in the offense.
Well, the first part of that question I can answer. Yeah, I mean Marquise Wilson was here, and he's like one of the best receivers that ever played here. You know, what I mean, he had a fallout with the coaching staff and the whole thing about that, which was really weird. But he was a hell of a receiver, and he knew a lot about playing receiver that I didn't know. So he kind of gave me a lot of advice early on, and yeah, yeah, he was the guy. I mean, he was really good. He was really good on really bad teams, so that shows you how good he was.
Kind of muddled the second part of that question. I meant to say, like, have you kind of taken a teaching spot with Isaiah at all?
There we
amongst
go.
Receivers?
That's the question.
Yeah.
I was about to get on you for that. I can't answer the second part of your question, but you fixed it. That's good. Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of talent, you know, and he understands the game at a high level for his age, and he just needed, you know, everyone needs a little time to adjust to the speed of the game and everything, and little nuances that aren't in high school that are in college, you know what I mean? And yeah, he's been really good about everything. He's embraced working hard and all that, and he wants to make plays, which is something that's really important when you're a receiver. You know, some guys come into these schools and it's like, do you like football? You know what I mean? They're just like, some guys just do it because they're just more physically better than everyone in high school, so they just do it just because, you know. But, you know, to be good, you actually have to want to be really good. You know what I mean? You got to want the ball and want to make plays, and he wants to do that. And TJ was like that too when he came in last year. So that's a good sign for the future that outside receivers are going to be in good hands for a little while.
What happens to those guys? Do any of them ever make it? Do they ever make?
Oh, I mean, guys like that make it all the time. When you're so physically gifted, you know, like some of these guys are so talented, like God-given ability talented, that they get in trouble, get kicked out of schools, multiple schools, and still end up in the NFL. You know what I mean? Because you just can't deny how talented they are. It's like every team's gonna be like, I'm the one that's gonna be able to fix them. You know what I mean? And make them better. You know. But it's just like, those guys are everywhere. You know. It was just like, you know, why not? You know, I could jump really high, run really fast, you know, why not? It's just like, you know, respect the game is all I'm saying. Hey, look, I'm not knocking you if you're getting your money, though, you know. Don't get me wrong. Go get your money, but, you know, appreciate the fact that you're playing a game for money, you know.
Does this place tend to get fewer of those guys than other places?
I mean, yeah, our coach does a pretty good job of scaring off those non-competitors. So you get that presence from him that, you know. I mean, over the years, a couple have slipped in, and it's just like, you know, oh, you know, I apologize, you know, for letting this one slip past, you know what I mean, in the recruiting process, you know, but it's hard to recruit guys, you know, you don't really know until you know, it's all just, you know, cat and mouse game. Everyone's kind of like trying to manipulate each other in the whole recruiting process, and, you know, the player's lying about, you know, like how much he weighs and how fast he is and stuff like that, and then coaches, you know, are like promising players things that they shouldn't be, they can't promise you, you know what I mean, like playing time and stuff like that. It's just like, everyone does whatever they can to get guys, you know what I mean, so it just becomes watered down. You don't really know what you're getting until the guy puts his helmet on.